I finally figured out my summer style. It only took till mid-July. It might be late, but one thing it will never be is too late. I'm in the process of building my summer wardrobe. I was really trying to tell myself that I didn't need to buy anything and that I could make do with what I had. And of course, I could have done that, but I was feeling very uninspired by my wardrobe. And I realized in my everyday life that I just did not have things that I enjoyed to wear. And one of the main issues was the bottom half. Obviously, I love micro shorts, but I cannot be out here with my cheeks out all the time. It's just not. I had something in my mind, I just wasn't sure what exactly it was. I tried the low-rise baggy jorts, not cutting it for me, really does not work with my body shape. I mean, you could wear whatever you want, I could wear whatever I want, but it wasn't doing it for me. But what did I wear all winter? Baggy, low-rise sweatpants. So how can I convert that into my summer wardrobe? I've realized something about myself is that I will not wear something unless it's comfortable. But you can be comfortable and still look fly. I'm here to show you how to do it, okay? And I'm here to show you how to do it on a budget, girl. So I have two purchases, both from Target of all places. They were on clearance for $7. Love the color. Goes with everything I have. Obviously these are high rise, but girl, fold them over a few times and I'll show you what they look like on. One thing I'm gonna have to do is cut all the tags out so that when I fold them over, there's not tags all over the place. I got them in an extra small. Usually I would do small, but I didn't want them to be too loose because the issue that I have with a lot of these is that when you roll them up to make them low rise, your cheeks are out. We're trying to avoid that. Didn't want too much excess fabric making everything loose, but obviously, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You can just fold them down and the cheekage is slight to none. So we're making progress. They're just cute and comfy. If you've ever heard me speak about clothing passionately, you have heard me talk about having a capsule wardrobe. I love having a capsule wardrobe. I think it's the best way to look good and elevated on a budget. If all of your articles of clothing can go with each other, you have endless possibilities. Everything that I'm buying for summer can easily be transitioned into fall. They're good to wear out, they're good to wear at home lounging. We love functional fashion. I mean, nothing major, but you can make this cute so easily. My everyday summer shoes, my cowboy boots, and come on. This shirt, by the way, is from Ego. I got 3 of them in all the colors they had because I knew this was gonna be a new staple. Cowboy boots, bag. I've been really into bigger bags lately, and I had this one that I thrifted last year. We can also try with these boots if we want more of a nighttime going out look, or girl, whatever you want to do. I think if you feel like wearing heels or wearing something extra, just do it. Like, there's no reason to wait until you have something to do. I would wear this to the grocery store if I felt like it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Literally just one pair of shorts shifted my wardrobe so profoundly, and they were $7. The other thing I got from Target is these sweatpants. Obviously they're full length, and I probably would have kept them full length if I loved the way they fit at the bottoms, but I didn't. They're too tight. These are actually not super high-waisted like a lot of sweatpants can tend to be, so these are a perfect candidate to cut into shorts, and I'll show you the before and after. Here's the sweats on. They're the perfect shade of heather gray, which can be hard to come by, but I don't like how tight they are at the bottom. However, they fit perfectly up here, and I will most likely be folding them over, and these will be a perfect fit for shorts. I just need to make sure they're long enough to where cheeks are not out and the pockets aren't showing. We're gonna cut all the tags out as well so we don't have any peepers. No more tags. First cut, I'm gonna make a little longer than I think I should, especially because I'm gonna be rolling them over. You can always cut more, but I don't really like to do multiple cuts, honestly. So pockets here, let's go like 2 inches below. I gotta turn on my fuck ass lighting for this, hold on. This lighting actually hurts my soul. I'm putting the leg that I cut off over here to make sure that they're even. I'm just placing it on top to make sure that the same length on each side and that whatever slight angle I probably cut it at is the same on the other side. I kind of like make an outline with the scissors where I'm gonna cut and then follow that line. Okay, one side is definitely shorter than the other. Somehow, I think. It's okay. Don't take advice from me. Moment of truth. They're a little uneven, but give a fuck. Also, like Garage Who, LA Apparel Who. I actually just ordered some shorts from LA Apparel last week when I was frantically trying to figure out my summer wardrobe, and then I've been impatient, so I've just been gathering resources to make what I want. In the meantime, no cheek edge, and I love the way they fit. Also, this is probably how they're gonna be worn. Literally perfect fit. Yay! And these could be styled again the same way as the others. Getting groceries, going on a walk, hanging out with friends, going to the bar. I would wear this for any of those things. My issue when shopping is finding proportions that work with my body type, especially with shorts. That's been like a huge struggle. Denim shorts, I think, are just out to me. They don't really look that great on me. And even with the like cotton shorts like this, with the mini shorts, with sweat shorts, it's so hard to find ones that fit right, that are the right rise, that are baggy enough, loose enough, long enough, but also short enough. So that's why altering your clothes, even as simple as just cutting things up that you see potential in, is so much more fulfilling. The amount of shorts I've bought from Garage that I wanted to achieve this look with over the years that just doesn't do it because there's this much fabric in this area and everything's showing. These sweats from Target were $25. They're good quality, they're super comfy. Very happy with this. Also, like, I have to try all my main options out once again. I mean, obviously it's gonna be like the same vibe as the other shorts, but slightly different. Cute as fuck, cool as fuck, hot as fuck. And since I bought this shirt in 2 other colors, everything is interchangeable. Obviously, if that means I'm satisfied. We have a thrift haul. I went to Goodwill and Savers and I got a couple pieces for my summer wardrobe. I'm actually gonna start with these little sunnies I got. I'm pretty sure they were like dead stock vintage because they still had original tags on them. Forgot the brand, but obviously washed them. They make everything look pink and it really helps with depression, honestly. Love. They were $1. I got this gray t-shirt. It's a really nice cotton. It is J. Crew. I'm planning on cutting the neckline off so it's off the shoulder, like the shirt I'm wearing right now. We have another gray t-shirt, except this one has little stars all over it. I don't have a lot of patterns in my wardrobe, so I figured this would be a nice addition. It was made in Egypt. The material is very nice. I'm again probably just cutting the neckline off of this. I got this hot pink tank top by J. Crew. It is ribbed, again very nice cotton. Right now it hits at the perfect length to wear with low rise, but my initial thought was to crop it like super short and have it more as just a comfy top or like belly out top. Hear me out, she will be cut. This will be a mini skirt. Really good bones though, because very nice denim, vintage Land's End. It's a tiny bit big on me, which is perfect though because it's low rise, so it actually sits on my hips, and I'm literally just gonna make it as short as possible. I love the wash on it as well, so that's exciting. Basketball shorts. These you're just gonna have to see them on because I found a cheat code to make these fit in a really cute and interesting way. Oh my god, there's 2 birds kissing. Oh my god. I know it's all the mama's feeding a baby. That was so cute. I'll just have to show you what these look like on because I found a way to make them fit differently and it's very interesting. Definitely good basic. I got this scarf, black and white leopard print. The obsession has not ended, but it's also in my color palette that I usually like to wear. This is like an infinity scarf, or it's like double lined. I don't know, you see it's connected here. I might just cut the seam out so that it's more wearable, because the shape that it is right now isn't really conducive to how I want to wear it. Like, it's not long enough to wear the sarong, it's not quite long enough to like wrap around my head the way I'd want, so she's gonna get cut up. Okay, and then in the jewelry section, I found this chain. She's super long. I just never see chains that look like this. This could be a waist chain. It could be clipped onto a bag, clipped onto pants. So we can get creative. I forgot to show one last thing, which is this little, I'm not sure what you would call this or what it's supposed to be, but I'm using it as a little jewelry holder. I also got this bracelet at my local farmer's market at a little vintage booth. She's sterling silver and we love her. I'm back in my bracelet era. It just adds so much, especially to a simple fit, which we all know I love. Some gaudy jewelry really spices it up. I apologize for the lighting. I do work a 9 to 5, really a 9 to 5:45, which is criminal. Not always possible to film in natural lighting. I'm gonna try on all the things I thrifted pre-alteration and we're gonna start cutting stuff up. So I'll just show you what each piece looks like on right now and then what it looks like after. Here's the first shirt on. I'm just gonna be cutting off the neckline to make it off the shoulder. Nothing crazy, but just a cute little basic to have and will be very easy to style. Here's the J. Crew t-shirt, and honestly, it's a really good fit already. It's kind of like a perfect relaxed fit without being super oversized. Like, I really could just keep it like this, but we're gonna cut off the neckline once again. I didn't really think this one through with my camera placement. My mom would probably love this on me. I mean, like, you could, anyone could pull anything off as long as you just wear it, but she's gonna be cut with mini skirt. I'm living life, oh, I'm not chasing my shit. Oh, I'm not chasing my shit. I'm living life, oh, I'm not chasing my shit. The J. Crew tank top. Again, I'm not sure if I want to make this super cropped or not. As for this little chain, I'm still figuring out what I want to do with it. I feel like I want to clip it to a bag or something, but I'm still trying to figure out how. It also could be worn as a waist chain. If I double it up, I'm gonna have to play around a bit with it, but I just wanted to at least show you this option for now. I throw my phone up at her head foot like Naomi. A model bitch, but I be walking on my lonely. They say they know me, but I swear they never own me. Tank top, titties bustin', they not phony. Hit me up in my DM, you can't phone me. The way I got this nigga, how he swear he got a bony. The basketball shorts. I found a hack because I don't really like the way basketball shorts fit on me. They're not really flattering with my legs. Maybe I'm just not hip to it yet, I don't know. But to turn them into a silhouette I like, first of all, when I tried them on at the thrift, I was already wearing shorts like this, and I tried them on over my shorts, and that's how I got this idea. So we're folding them over once, drawstring exposed. We could stop it here. Cute, whatever. Not fully my vibe, at least not right now. So I actually was just tucking them in to the shorts underneath, and it kind of creates this like bubble effect. I think those are so cute. I think they're a lot more flattering, and I can make them the length that I want without anything showing that I don't want to show because I have the other shorts underneath. So it's just like a layer of protection. I'm obsessed. I kept envisioning this in my head, like I need shorts that are like loose but mini and that cinch. Couldn't really find anything like it, and I kind of just accidentally made this happen while playing around trying these on. Also, I feel like if I wanted to fold this over, that's also a cool look. So now with one pair of shorts that were like $3, I can wear them so many different ways. We love that. Wait, I might be onto something. I just did the same thing with these as I did with the other ones, where I tucked it into the bottom of the shorts underneath, and it almost gives this like micro mini skirt effect without feeling like you're just gonna expose your whole cooch. Don't be afraid to experiment and think outside the box and just try shit out sometimes, you know? It might be giving like diaper slightly, which isn't for everyone. I'm about to go to my friend's house for a little bit. I just wanted to show my fit. It's raining, so I had to put a hoodie on over what I was wearing, but I didn't want the hoodie to be too long to where it covered the shorts. So I just tucked it into the tube top that I'm wearing underneath to make it cropped. Wearing the boots. The bag, I tied this bandana onto my bag that I've had forever. It just adds such a nice little touch and it's so cute. And once I figure out how to clip my little chain onto here too, I feel like it's gonna be so cutie. It's all in the little things, you know, the accessories, jewelry. My life hack is a pair of cowgirl boots will make any fit look so much cooler, especially mixed with like athleisure or things that you wouldn't expect cowgirl boots to be with. When shopping and spending money on clothes, obviously being on a budget can be a little tricky, and we're constantly influenced by new trends, micro trends and fads, but it's really important, I think, as a consumer, before you buy things impulsively, to really think about the wearability of it, the functionality of it, the materials, how it's gonna feel on your body. And something that I've had to do, because I think we've all fallen victim to trends and fast fashion and, you know, overconsumption to some degree. Something that kind of brings me back to reality and brings me back to myself when I find myself like overly inspired by what I'm seeing online and wanting to just search and grab for whatever to feel something when online shopping. I really like to think back to all of my former versions of myself, because obviously we're constantly evolving and growing and our style will be changing as we grow. But there's certain things that I have always liked, or things that I have not stopped liking in at least 5 years. So I think it's about figuring out what those things are for you. For me, it's been certain colors that I know I will absolutely not wear and colors that I will. Those are the things I buy because I know I'm gonna wear them, and I know if I buy any other color, it's probably gonna sit in my closet, no matter how much I think I like it when I buy it. Really what I'm getting at is questions that you should be asking yourself when shopping is this piece speaking to something in me that's pure, or is it speaking to a part of me that's craving validation and thinks it has to conform to whatever idea I'm getting about society right now through these fads that I'm noticing? It's okay to follow trends, but obviously as a whole, overconsumption is such a problem, and I think a lot of people end up overspending on clothes, me included, when we don't really have the budget to, because we just want to feel something and want that dopamine hit. Buying pieces that you will repeatedly wear for years and that open up your wardrobe every time you get a new piece. It opens up the possibilities of every other piece you already have. Like, it's so fun, honestly, and so much more fulfilling to be a little bit more responsible and just think a little bit more about what you're purchasing when it comes to clothing. I personally hate getting rid of clothes. I mean, I do it a lot for someone that hates it, but that's become less and less over the years, and I think something that's really taught me to travel lightly and be a bit more of a minimalist is the amount of times that I've moved. I've moved across the country countless times, and everything has had to fit in my car, everything that I own. And so it's gotten really easy for me to let go of things and realize what I actually like and what I don't, what I wear and what I don't, and just like rip the band-aid off and just get rid of it. Because when you're about to move and pack shit into a car, you don't want any extra weight or any extra work, especially if you're gonna be living out of your car, which I've also kind of done. At least my wardrobe was out of my car for quite some time. I feel like when you have too much, you can't put things together as easily and seamlessly because you're overwhelmed by the amount of options you have. At least that's how I am. If you're a fellow ADHD girly, you might feel similarly. Also, the object permanence of it all. So you forget that you have things unless it's right in front of you and you can see it. But I guess a good rule of thumb, perhaps if you're struggling with overconsumption or getting rid of things, would be imagining you moving and having to fit everything in your car. What would you bring across the country for that move? And anything that you wouldn't want to bring, that you wouldn't want to lug across the country, get rid of it. You will feel so much better. There's a rat crawling outside next to my window. Yeah, you will feel so much lighter and better when you get rid of stuff, and I promise you won't miss it. Maybe sometimes you will when you realize that you got rid of something that you don't know why you got rid of it. But for the most part, you're gonna forget you ever had it because you never wore it anyway, and you're not gonna miss it. Or if you're afraid to get rid of something, but you never wear it and you want it off your chest, see if your friends want to keep it for a while, and then if you ever decide you want it back, you can take it back. Just make sure that's the agreement when you give it to them, so that they're not under the impression that it's gifted to them and then you want it back one day later. But I do that shit all the time. I'm like, hey, listen, girl, I never wear this. I don't really want it sitting in my closet. Do you want to hold on to it and wear it? And I may or may not want it back one day. If I don't, you can do whatever you want with it. But if you ever want to get rid of it, just let me know first, because I might want it back, but I might not. So somebody should be enjoying it. I'm still trying to find my flow with what type of content I really want to make. I definitely am gearing more towards fashion. I do really like editing, but it's a lot of work and it's very time consuming. Thank you so much for watching.